And I would honestly say that part of my superpower is once I start working with someone individually, a corporate executive in a one-on-one coaching relationship, as well as corporate teams, very quickly, I make people feel seen. I make them feel heard. I tell them part of the beauty of an executive coaching relationship. I say to them, I'm not your boss. I'm not one of your direct reports. I'm not your spouse. I'm also not your best friend that you're going to sit at Starbucks with, who's going to say to you, oh, Bill, you don't worry about that, what they're telling you at work. You're awesome, dude. You don't have anything to work on. But I stand completely outside of somebody's life with total objectivity. And I create this place of complete confidentiality.
I've never actually had the privilege of having you as my executive coach, but there's some things that you've done with me. And as we were preparing, I just thought about one of the first times I got to really see you in action, besides us just hanging out with our families. You did a retreat. I think you called it a vocational retreat. And you started that morning, you had this mason jar and apparently had water and dirt in it. And you were shaking it the whole time you were kind of doing your introduction. And then you put it down. Can you describe that to our audience? Like, what was the point of that? Because I think of that so often, actually.
I use that as a metaphor, Chris, as an example of, corporate leaders. We're constantly living in that chaotic, shaken state as if what's happening in our companies, in our team, in our leadership, in our industries, constantly having to pivot and adapt and change and forks in the road. We're constantly stirred up, both exteriorly and interiorly. And the greatest, most powerful leadership, every leader, heart, mind, body, and soul, needs some time to settle, needs some time to be still, become quiet, and to really listen and pay attention to what's happening inside of me as a leader and what's happening with my people. But when I notice that someone is not settled in their interior leadership place and anchored and really, really grounded, then they're just constantly reacting and they're pivoting and they make impulsive decisions and they turn and pivot quickly with their team and their leadership. And then other people walk away, their direct reports walk away and say unconsciously, they don't have words for it, but like, Bill or Elizabeth, man, I am so confused. I don't understand. And they create this sense of further rippling effect of kind of chaos, vagueness, uncertainty in the leadership culture.